Hello everyone, welcome to the video shoot on proportional drawing. This particular video aims to give you a step-by-step guide to drawing the face using the rule of halves technique. So let's get started. Hey Seven, welcome to the video shoot on proportional drawing, otherwise known as the rule of halves. Before you begin, you will need to get your art diary. Hello, Sadie. She does have the hiccups. You'll also need a pencil, eraser, a ruler, and your sharpener. So pause this video while you get all those things. Okay, step 1, you need to draw an oval that takes up majority of the page. Okay, the next thing you need to do is to measure the width of the face. So using your ruler, I want you to measure it. So mine's 16.5, and then using my trusty calculator. Not so trusty because it doesn't seem to know how to divide. I'm going to find the halfway point. I'm then going to use my ruler. I'm going to flip it so it's vertical. And I'm going to draw a dotted line. Now, hot tip everyone, try and draw this line quite light because you will need to rub it out at a later date. Alright, step 3. You need to divide the width of the face by 5. So I'm dividing 16.5 by 5, which gives me 3.3 centimeters. Alright, now using that amount, you need to divide the face into 5 columns. Okay, now again, draw these lines quite lightly because you'll need to rub them out later. Now notice how my original dotted line falls exactly halfway in the middle of my column 3. Alright, so number these columns, it'll make it easier later. Okay, now what you need to do is measure the length between the top of the head, which is also known as the crown line, and the bottom of the face, which is known as the chin line. So mine's 21.5. So I'm going to divide that by 2. Which gives me a total of 10 centimeters and 75. 10.75. Right, I'm now going to draw a horizontal line which will be exactly halfway between the crown line and the chin line. Again, remember to do this quite lightly because you will be rubbing it out later. So if you put your hand on your crown of your head and then put your hand underneath your chin, I want you to bring them together till they meet a halfway point. Which feature do you find? If you guessed your eyes, you're right. Now, if you had to guess which columns your eyes were located in, which would you choose? If you guessed column 2 and column 4, then you're right. Okay, so let's draw the eyes on the face. Eyes can be quite challenging, so I like to cheat a little bit. And what I do is I divide the column in half. and then I measure about 1 centimetre above my eye line and I make a mark, and 1 centimetre below my eye line and make a mark. Then what I do, using my ruler, because it's cool, I draw a line from the intersection of the eye line to the line that divides column 1 and 2 to this mark that I just made 1 centimetre above the eye. I do the same thing for below the eye line. Alright, I then repeat the process, but this time with the intersection of the line that divides column 2 and 3. So we're looking at here. And we have square eyes. Alright. I then use these lines as my guide for the eye. So from this intersecting line I follow it up, but I don't come to a point, instead I will curl it off with a curved line. Alright, I do the same for the bottom. Follow it down, curve it off a little bit. Alright, now don't forget your tear duct because it's very important in life. This will go into column 3 a little bit. Okay, now this original halfway point that I made becomes my pupil, which is pretty cool because we need that. Alright, and then we need to draw our iris. You guys can get a little bit creative here. Now irises do not appear as a circle though. If you look at your eyes, it's cut off by your eyelid. Alright, and to make our eyes a little bit more 3D, we just add an additional line down here near the tear duct and one over here near this corner. Alright, then using my trusty eraser, I rub out these original lines that I made so that my eyes no longer look like a square, but the shape of eyes. Alright, if you want to be really fancy guys, you might add an eyelid by coming from your tear duct and just drawing a line that sort of comes up here. Alright, another one on the other side, like that. And if you want to be really fancy, you can add yourself some eyelashes. Eyelashes appear on both top and bottom, so don't reject the bottom. And then you repeat that for the other eye. Okay, so get your hands again, and this time I want you to put one hand in line with your eye line and the other one in line, well, with your chin line, and I want you to bring them again until they find a meeting point. Which feature is halfway between your eyes and your nose? Oh, I just gave it away. Between your eye and your chin. If you guess your nose, then you're right. But which column do you think this feature is located? If you guess column 3, then you're right. Okay, so what you need to do now is measure the length between your eye line and your chin line. So mine's 11. So divided by 2, that's 5.5. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line at the halfway point. Again, very lightly. You're going to rub these out later. This is going to be for your nose. Okay, so we're going to draw the nose in column 3, and we want the end of our nose to fall on this nose line. So, hot tip everyone, I like to create my nose because it could be quite challenging. How many of you are guilty of drawing little punch face noses? So to avoid this, you draw 3 circles, approximately the same size, so that's a little bit smaller, so that's not going to work. That go the length of column 3. Right. Again, draw these quite lightly because you will rub them out. Now I then use these circles to guide the bottom of my nose and my nostrils. So what I do is I follow the line given to me by circle 1 on the left side here until it reaches circle 2. I do the same with circle 3 coming over to this side. Alright. With circle 2, I'm only tracing the bottom from where circle 1 hits circle 2 and where hit circle 3 hits circle 2. I then use this line to follow up to create a little nostril. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now our nose would look pretty weird if we just left it as this part, so we want to see some definition up here. So what we do, where we started our line for number 1, we're going to pretend it comes up here, but we're not actually going to hit the page until the midpoint. Then we're going to bring it up to the eyes. Alright, we're going to do the same where we left circle 3, up we go, whee, till we get up over the eyes. Alright, then so you can see what I've done, we're going to rub out these circles so you can see the nose. Okay, so what you're going to do next is measure the length between the nose line and the chin line and then divide it by 2. So mine is 5.5. I'm trying to hit my pencil. Okay, so what feature, thank you Sadie, do you think is located between your nose and your chin? If you guessed mouth, see this mouth, then you're right. But what columns do you think the mouth fits into? 2, 3, and 4, then you're right. Because, fun fact of the day, get ready to have your mind blown, the side of your mouth is in line with the pupils in your eye. Okay, so now that we've learnt this really amazing, mind-blowing fact, you're going to get your ruler and put it dead center of your pupil and bring it down to your lip line and make a mark. Alright, repeat this with the other side. Alright, this tells you that the edge of your mouth needs to happen here. Now, this lip line should fall in the middle of your top and bottom lip. So, for now, we're just going to have a nice closed mouth. You can make the lips as full or thin as you like. Alright, now this dotted line, I like to use it as a guide for the little indentation that is above, that's on your top lip. In order to help make it even. And then we have lips. Alright, so the next thing you have to do is to measure the length between the eye line and the crown line. It's 10.75, alright, which you might remember we found out when we did the eye line. But now we need to divide that by 3. Not 2, 3. Alright, and you want to draw very light horizontal lines through this. This divides the forehead into 3 components. So let me ask you, which feature do you think is located just above the eyes? If you answered eyebrows, then you are right. So let me ask you, where do you think the eyebrows are located? In which columns? If you answered column 2 and 4, then you're right. But did you know that they also cross over a little bit into column 3? 1 and 5. So now we know where the eyebrows are located. Let's add them to the face. So you want to start them just pretty much in line with the tear duct. Alright, and it's just below this line. Essentially the arch, the very top of your eyebrow will end up on this line. And you want the eyebrow shape to almost follow the eye. Now if you're drawing a boy, the eyebrows may not be as manicured because you guys don't need to tweeze or wax. You just let them grow. And you repeat for the other eye. Okay, so now we've got to figure out where the ears go. So based on the lines that you've drawn and how you divide the face up, where do you think the top of the ear might start? Let's have a look at our ears here. Top of my ear seems to be in line with my eye. If you guessed eye, then you're right. What about the bottom of my eye? The bottom of my ear. If you guess nose, not mouth, nose, then you're right.
Yep.
Alright, so let's draw the ears then. So we said that the top of the ear starts at the eye line, so we're going to go here. Now remember, our ears tend to go out a little bit wider at the top, so and they come in a little bit closer towards the end. Remember, we're looking for the line in line with our nose. And then you can just draw these cool things into your ears. Ta-da! Okay, so now it's time to add the neck because we don't want to have floating heads. So if you feel your neck and go up to the very top, what feature do you feel? If you said ears, then you're right. But if you pay attention to your neck and you look at yourself, you'll notice that your neck really doesn't come sort of in or noticeable until you reach about here. Alright, so we're going to try and capture that in our drawing as well. Alright, so as I said, we're going to start the neck from the ears, but we're going to bring it down until we reach the lip line to jaw intersect, and then we're going to bring it out and curl it around. Okay, we're going to do the same over here. Follow the jawline, da 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 da, until we hit the lip line, and then we're going to curve it out. And that, everyone, is how you create a neck. Okay, so we are almost there, up to the final feature. So if we know that the top of our top line of our drawing actually refers to our crown, which is this part of our head up here, then we're looking to add a hairline. So if I pull my fringe back out of the way here, you can see my hairline to my crown. There's a bit of a distance here. So which line on your drawing do you think might be used to guide our hairline? If you said the line 1/3 down from the crown, then you're right. Let's do it. Okay, so here is our hairline. We are going to start at the intersection between our hairline and the dividing line between column 1 and 2, as well as the intersecting line between our hairline and the dividing line between column 4 and 5. So as a guide, we're just going to sort of bring this down. Alright, now draw this very lightly because you want to be able to blend it in with the killer hairstyle that you're going to give your person. So you're bringing this down to the intersect between the eye line and where your ear begins. Same over here. Alright. So this essentially becomes your guide. So anything up in this area, if you want to have a fringe, sort of comes forward. So you might decide that this person would look really cool with a side fringe. And their part will be we'll just bring that down, why not? Alright, and you can go above the crown as well because she's stylish. Alright, obviously you'll spend a little bit more time on the hair than I am, but this is just so you get the idea on how to add hair to your person. Okay, so that pretty much sums up all of the features that you'll need to add to your person, so you can then go back in and rub out all of your intersecting lines, which is a little bit exciting. Again, you'll make sure that this is a little bit neater than I am, but we don't want to keep you here all day. Alright, and then feel free to work back into any of these techniques, and you can get rid of your dividing lines as well. But essentially, this gives you a basic outline to where you need to position the features, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so now that you understand where to place the various features of the face, you have an opportunity to modify these features in order to make your drawing look more like a person that, well, you're attempting to depict. You also have the opportunity to add tone, which we've been experimenting with, to your work in order to make it look a little bit more realistic and a little bit more three-dimensional. So lifelike in that sense. We'll look at this a little bit more next lesson, but what I would like you to do, using your iPad, I want you to take a picture of the person sitting next to you. Make sure they are facing front on. All right, have a go at drawing them following the steps outlined in this video, and I look forward to seeing what you've created. Thanks guys, that's it.